How would you feel if, while hiking through a dense forest, you suddenly heard a blood-curdling growl that echoed around you? What if the sound was accompanied by the sight of a shadowy, hulking figure that seemed to emerge from the trees? You might assume it's a bear or some other large animal. But what if what you see defies explanation? Tonight, we're heading deep into the forests of Michigan, USA, where for over a century, people have whispered about a terrifying half-man, half-dog creature that stalks the night. Witnesses claim it growls like thunder, walks on two legs, and has glowing eyes that pierce through the darkness. Is there any truth to these scary tales, or is this just another wild conspiracy theory? Join us as we take you through the full story. The legend of the Michigan Dogman. The legend of the Michigan Dogman dates back to the late 1800s. Lumberjacks working in the northern forests first spoke about a strange beast, a 7-foot-tall dog-like creature that walked upright like a human, with the head of a German shepherd and glowing blue eyes. At first, people laughed it off as folklore or the ramblings of men who spent too long in the isolated wilderness, but the story gained traction when the supposed eyewitnesses started coming forward in larger numbers. In 1887, 2 lumberjacks reported seeing a creature that looked like a man with a dog's head. It was standing on top of a log scratching itself. When it growled, they said the sound was so loud it shook the ground beneath their feet. They fled the woods in terror. And although no one else reported seeing the beast that year, the story stuck in the minds of those who lived and worked in the Michigan wilderness. The Dogman legend resurfaced again in 1938, when a man in Paris, Michigan, claimed the creature charged his cabin at night, scratching and howling until sunrise. He found claw marks taller than a man carved into the wooden door. Still, many refused to believe these stories. After all, how could a massive wolf-like creature live in the area undetected? There were plenty of forest to hide in after all, but no trace of the beast was ever found. However, the number of alleged sightings continued to increase over time, leading some to believe that the Dogman might actually exist. The sightings went quiet during the 1940s and 50s, but then the reports started again in the 1980s. People began hearing strange howls and seeing mysterious footprints. But the most compelling sighting came in 1987. On April of that year, a DJ named Steve Cook released a song called The Legend as an April Fool's joke. The song told the story of the Dogman. To his shock, dozens of listeners called in claiming they had seen it. The calls didn't stop. They came from hunters, farmers, truck drivers, even police officers. One trucker described being chased late at night by a huge wolf-like creature running alongside his vehicle at 60 miles per hour, which is 96 kilometers per hour, on 2 legs. Another man said he saw the creature standing at the edge of his property with glowing red eyes. A family claimed they saw the Dogman watching them from the tree line during a camping trip. Its eyes never blinked. It became clear that something strange was going on. Had the DJ somehow created a mass delusion with his song? Or were people really encountering a terrifying beast? Cook himself was perplexed. He hadn't expected anyone to fall for his prank. He had no idea that so many people believed the Dogman might be real. Over the years, more and more people came forward with their own stories of encounters with the Michigan Dogman. Some were terrifying, like the report from a hunter who claimed the creature snatched his dog and threw it into the nearby river. Others were simply strange. A woman once saw a huge set of tracks near her house. Then a few days later, she spotted the same tracks, this time close behind her car as she was driving down a country road. Is there any truth to these stories? Despite the numerous reported sightings, no concrete evidence of the Dogman's existence has ever been found. Skeptics claim the entire legend is a hoax perpetuated by people seeking attention or trying to capitalize on the mystery. They point to instances where supposed sightings turned out to be cases of mistaken identity or deliberate deception. For example, some say the famous 1887 lumberjack sighting was nothing more than 2 men who encountered a black bear. In the dark, the bear's silhouette may have appeared like a human holding a log, leading to the legendary description of the Dogman. Others suggest that the Dogman legend is a variation of the werewolf myth, or that it's based on actual sightings of wolves or coyotes. However, proponents of the Dogman legend argue that these animals couldn't possibly be responsible for the strange occurrences. They point to the fact that witnesses consistently describe the Dogman as having glowing eyes. Standing between 6 to 7 feet tall, measuring up to 2 meters, and leaving behind enormous footprints that are much larger than a wolf's. What do you think? Some experts dismiss the Dogman as nothing more than a cryptid, a creature whose existence is not proven but nevertheless believed in by some. They say the lure of the unknown and the desire to believe in something mysterious have led people to invent stories of the Dogman. The vastness of Michigan's forests, particularly in the northern Lower Peninsula and the Upper Peninsula, means that there are plenty of places for such a creature to hide. If the Dogman did exist, it could easily avoid humans and maintain its elusive status. However, this doesn't explain why so many people claim to have seen the same thing. Supporters of the Dogman hypothesis cite eyewitness accounts that go back over 100 years, suggesting that a single individual couldn't have concocted a story that has remained consistent over time. Moreover, the sheer number of sightings, especially since the 1980s, makes it seem unlikely that they are all part of a hoax. If the Dogman is real, some believe it could be a skinwalker, a malevolent witch that can transform itself into various animals, including a wolf-like form according to Native American legends. Skinwalkers are known for their ability to cast spells, cause illness and death, and possess people. The Dogman's supposed connection to witchcraft adds another layer of mystery and fear to the legend. Then there's the possibility that the Dogman is an undiscovered predator, a large canine creature that has managed to evade scientists and wildlife experts. This idea is supported by the fact that the Dogman is often seen near bodies of water, suggesting that it's an aquatic or semi-aquatic animal. However, there is no evidence of a large aquatic predator existing in Michigan or anywhere else. It's also worth noting that the Dogman sightings aren't limited to a single area. Reports have come in from various parts of Michigan, as well as neighboring states such as Wisconsin and Ontario, Canada. This could indicate that the Dogman is not confined to a specific geographic region, but is instead a widespread phenomenon. Ultimately, the question of whether the Dogman exists remains unanswered. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between the various theories. Maybe the Dogman is a combination of real-life encounters with wolves or coyotes and the collective imagination of those who have heard the legends. Or perhaps there really is a mysterious creature lurking in the forests of Michigan, waiting to be discovered. Until then, the legend of the Dogman will continue to capture the public's imagination and keep those who live in fear of what might be lurking in the shadows. What do you think? Do you think the Dogman is real? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and share it with others who might be interested. Do not forget to hit the subscribe our channel, Nature's Vault, to stay up to date on all of our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.